Hi everyone, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading. Twice a day, 7 days a week, I examine the price action of crypto. I share my experience as a full-time crypto trader to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back to our regular community. Everything I do for you is free. Let's run the numbers. We can see Bitcoin currently trading at 32,734, up 2.42%. Ethereum trading at 1859, up 2.12%. We look at the stable coins USDC, DAI, USDT, BUSD. We can see USDT, BUSD, DAI and USDC all green. That means money is flowing from the crypto market into the stable coins. But we also note the percentage is quite low. I would anticipate all this is them becoming less green as more money flows relatively into the market. I'd like to express my gratitude to Jordan Lindsay from Conquer the Markets. Jordan and I sat down and had a chat about the KS model, and it was really like two very old friends having a beer together and just having a chat. Jordan is a wonderful person. He's incredibly talented. He looks at the markets overall. He does Bitcoin and looks through Forex. He's a very, very talented person. I'd urge you, reach out, have a chat, join his YouTube channel and follow him on Twitter. It's very well worthwhile. And of course, I would like to say welcome to the CTM family. You can view us as, I guess, an extension of your community. Jordan and I share very, very similar values. We're doing what we do for very like-minded reasons, and it's a pleasure and an honor to have you as part of our community too. Thank you. Rule 49 is fear, uncertainty and doubt, and fear of missing out costs. What it really means is fear costs. It costs opportunities, it costs you stress, it costs you so many things. The important thing is for us to understand where this fear comes from. For anyone just joining us, I've created literally thousands of rules from my many, many years in the markets trading. Each rule is really evidenced by a string of losses that I have made because I didn't understand certain things. Over the years, I get to understand more and more, and we're always learning in the market, so new rules are always coming forward as well. But this one is critical. Fear costs. Just like in life, fear is a big problem. We have to get in front of it. Each episode we look at the news to try and ascertain the sentiment of fear in the market. We can see stark warning, that's fear. Real bottom is 15,000, that's fear. 12,000, that's fear. What else is fear? Digital dollar, US dollar to go digital, that's fear. So we're seeing, don't worry about that, that's positive. That's positive. We've seen 4 out of 10 stories based in fear. Let's see how that is affecting the market. Each episode we go through fear and greed, which I like to call psychological safety, as well as liquidations. The liquidations, larger than 1.5 billion in liquidations, short plus long, is registered here in these yellow boxes. Currently, the market is experiencing extreme fear at a level of 22. It was 20 yesterday, so there's been an improvement in sentiment. Yesterday when we did last episode when we did the count, the fear count, it was actually 7 out of 10. So the news is reflecting the decreased fear. It was only 4 just now. Looking at this fear and greed, or looking at psychological safety, is really important. Psychological safety occurs when people know that it's going in a certain direction. They can't know at the start, like for example down here, they couldn't know it was going to keep on going up until it was advertised through the news as being powerful, not capable of going down. What the institutions do is when people get extremely greedy, They've attracted the investors into the market and they seek to liquidate those positions. They'll try and take it up as high as they can go. What it means is retail investors generally buy at the top, and when things don't go the way they expect, for retail investors, they tend to sell at the bottom. What we do as a community is try to read this sentiment and get on the side of the institutions. Right now, we're looking at extreme fear in the market. When I look at extreme fear, I'm very comfortable. That's a good place to be because people are not looking. Let's turn to Bitcoin technical analysis. In the last episode, we saw that this support didn't hold and it had come down. I believe because it was weekend action, low liquidation value, and just the general structure of the market, I was believing that this line that we put in made a lot of sense. That it wasn't necessarily going to crash down and make new lows. That it was in all likelihood would recover and use that as a higher low. For people new to technical analysis, this is a low, this is a low, but this second low is higher than this one. That's why we call it a higher low. Something good is happening here with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently trading at 33,155. The good part about that is it is above a key structural level of support at 32,512. Getting above this level was really important. You can see that we've got a slight rising channel of support here. It's also above that. It's seeking to turn the existing price into support as well. And going for the secondary level at 33,588. This 32,414 level is quite a good level. It's a strong level. It's not surprising that it's going to turn that into support and technically recover. I always say every episode, the price is always moving in a wave. It moves down and then it moves up and it moves down and moves up. When it moves down considerably and we are in the right part of the cycle, which we are in, we would expect it to move up considerably as well. I always like to say that sharp angles tend to reflect. It's a guide, not a law. Sometimes they reflect like this, and sometimes they take longer like this. The important thing is when we buy, when we want to enter a long position, we always buy in layers using dollar cost averaging. We buy at support or between support. A lot of people want to instantaneously enter a full position at a market price. We have a rule, never buy at market. We don't buy at market because you pay a premium and it really does matter. What you want to do is you can enter a small amount of your position at one level and then just layer down so that you're buying percentages. Never go all in at one stage. Why is that? There's another trading rule. The market is negatively biased. What does that mean? It means the price tends to go down, and it can go down sharply like this and like this, like this and this. Sharp angles reflect. Sharp angles reflect. Don't worry about missing out. You have to take your time. Patience is a key trading rule. Let's link this price action into short and long behavior. When we see this uptick like this, what I see is shorts getting liquidated. On this analysis, we're seeking to see how the shorts are interacting relatively with the longs. We can see the shorts have decreased in volume, and that is driving the price up, as we would expect. We saw shorts in a relative manner. Now let's see them in an absolute manner. We can see in the market, Bitcoin longs are currently trading at around $1.65 billion. The shorts in the market, which is this red line, is around 600 million roughly. And we can see that there's been a reduction in short value from about 830 million down to around the 600 million mark. And while that has been occurring, the longs have been increasing from 1.5 billion up to around 1.67 billion. Quite interesting. There's power coming through. We can see the price of Bitcoin in yellow here reflecting this particular movement. Let's check how liquidations are going across the market. The past 24 hours, $431 million of liquidations occurred across 73,518 traders. Over the past 12 hours, around 64% of those liquidations were short liquidations, and we can see a lot of short liquidations coming in here just on the 15-minute chart. All of this analysis is really trying to paint a picture of the market in terms of where it's going, the pressure of buying or selling, the composition of shorts and longs. It's really helpful to us to gain sentiment. I'd like to share Rule 31, be opportunity minded. When we look at these liquidations, when we see the price going down, when we examine the news and we see stark warnings, what this is really contextually institutions trying to buy at the bottom. Institutions love to accumulate for the greatest possible percent gain. To do that, they have to get people out of the market and think and make people think that the opportunity has disappeared. They got it wrong. That's not the truth. And we can see that in a minute. How do we tell if something is an opportunity or it's truthful? Maybe the news is truthful. We turn to Rule 171, which is zoom out. We zoom out by looking at the institutional price psychology that's resident within the market. The institutions know that we're in a bull market. They have incredible resources and very, very smart people working for them, and also literally unlimited financial backing. They know where Bitcoin is going price-wise because they're going to push it there. And how do they push it there? They push it there like this. As we saw in the 2012 halving cycle, they push it up a wall because they advertise people in to grab that price. And then it hits the moon. Maybe something, if you're new, I like the concept. In a bull market, the sunshine comes out, the rockets take off, rocket, and it hits the moon. The moon says, rocket, get out of here. The rocket comes back to Earth. Capitulation is where the rocket finally lands. And the engineers come out and rebuild the rocket. The halving occurs, the rockets take off, hits the moon. The moon says, get out of here, rocket, go back to Earth. So the rocket comes down. Bear markets are like nighttime. Bull markets are sunshine. The consolidation period is rebuilding. We always want to compare sunshine to sunshine to sunshine, nighttime to nighttime, and there will be nighttime as well. Right now, we're in institutional psychology sunshine. That doesn't mean retail psychology. Many people say, oh, we're in a bear market because it's gone down so much. No, we're in an institutional psychologically sunshine period. And why would I say that? The important thing, I just updated the KS model on Medium for you to try and just take you step by step through all of the different facets of this model to try and show you where time is playing in, projections, all of that sort of thing. But I really want to show you this particular part of the article. This is what institutions see. Institutions see the technological adoption curve of cryptocurrency, just represented by this dotted line. They see it growing 80% a year average growth. That is huge. Just imagine you had a business that was growing 80% per year, and it would be growing for years and years and years and years at 80% a year. That's the current trillion market that we're in is growing at 80% per year. The concept is total global internet users the internet didn't grow as fast as crypto is. This is why we're in psychological sunshine. The institutional investors will advertise the price in and cause a lot of people to enter the market, and that will exceed Bitcoin's fair value. Many people say that certain estimates can't be maintained, for example 500,000 or the real key is to understand that the market doesn't have to maintain that price. It just has to hit it. For example, if we go back to the 2012 halving, price hit a high registered here, 1163. That price wasn't maintained. It doesn't have to be maintained. But you can see in the next halving, that 1163 was exceeded. It became 20,000, 19,666. This is the idea, and this is why long-term holding is a very, very good strategy, because Bitcoin goes up exponentially and it reduces, but it reduces, for example, it went up to 1163, it fell back to 152, but then it came up to 19,666. This is the exponential nature of Bitcoin. I'd just like to reach out and thank Steve and Isaac and R. Hubbard for their very nice comments. Our mission in this channel is to be a blessing to ourselves and others, especially others. If we can become self-sufficient, we can bless other people, which is a very lovely thing to do. In the airlines, if you get on a flight, they always say, if you're with children, put your oxygen mask on first, and then you can save your children. It's much like this in crypto. I'd also like to thank Pedram and Pinkpank for their very nice comments. I think it's important to understand my focus. What I love to do, I love researching, I love sharing. I want to save your time because I know it's really valuable, and I want to give you the insights. Pedram said, oh, I want to go back to uni and I want to study and I want to educate myself. Nobody has to do that. I'm very happy to share all the knowledge that you need to equip yourself to do better. Like Pinkpang said, I love doing deep dives into things. I literally rip theories apart and put them back together from first principles, which you'll typically not find if you go to a course. They tend to just educate you and say this is the way it is, but I like to do things a little differently. Another thing, I just wanted to explain the doctor part. This community is all about friendship. It's all about working together. I regard everybody as my close friend in this community. I don't need salutations. I don't need anything like that. It just puts a wall up between me and you, and I don't want that wall there. I want us to be able to sit down and have a drink together and laugh and have fun. And that's why I say it's very nice when people say it, but I don't need it. And really, I don't want it. I think that this community is all about sharing and friendship and being a blessing to each other and the community as well. As part of our regular analysis, we go through Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, Cardano, DOGE, XRP from a technical analysis level. Let's get into that. Let's have a look at Ethereum's technical price action. Ethereum is currently trading at 1885, has support below at 1855, resistance above at 2020. You notice this support line playing out here. That's very healthy. We can also see that there was a trend break just across this area. So this price action is good. It's seeking to attain that structural support at 1909. In the last episode, when we looked at Bitcoin, I said to people, do you notice this M and this bit of a dog leg here? What I'm trying to say is this, Rule 93. Bitcoin's fingerprint impacts every alt, and it does so through varying degrees of gearing. If we look back at Ethereum, we can see the M, we can see the dog leg and the leg up. This is Bitcoin's fingerprint impacting every alt. I'd like to say it's always alt season. I know a lot of people say alt season will blow at this particular time when dominance does this. I would like to suggest maybe a different way of looking at it. It's always here. That's the nature. Let's have a look at Binance Coin. Binance Coin, you see the M, the dog leg, and the leg up. It's always alt season. Alts follow Bitcoin, always. They just have different gearing. Binance Coin is currently trading at 284.76. It's got support below at 278.17. Good amount of structural support at 264.75. Key resistance above is 309. I'd just like to mention that we have psychological resistance around the $300 mark, as well as a degree of resistance that Binance Coin is seeking to turn into support at the 291.52 mark. I always go through crypto total market cap because I really want people to understand the things that impact their beloved alts or Bitcoin. I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist. I think every coin has value. So whatever coin you're trading, I'm happy for you. It's a personal preference, just like your trading style is or your investment style. When we look at the crypto total market cap, what we're doing is seeing the culmination of every single alt and Bitcoin play out in the market over time. We can see this M, this dog leg, this leg up. This means that Bitcoin affects every alt, and every alt is captured through this snapshot. It's a really useful thing to keep your eye on. Now, why is it useful? You see this blue line. This blue line coming through here is a structural support line because price is actually above it. It was resistance when we were below it, but this resistance magnetized the price back to it, wobbled around its back. This is important because the price in the crypto market is currently above structural support. The total market cap is $1.307 trillion. Let's have a look at Cardano, ADA, which is quite a community favorite. A lot of people inside the community love ADA. We can see that M, that dog leg, that leg up. We can see Bitcoin's fingerprint playing out on every single alt, but in different ways. Once you understand that rule, it can make you a real financial blessing to yourself and other people. Notice this upward structure of support. Notice these blue lines, which are structural support lines. For example, ADA is trading at 129.44. It has structural support at 124.11 and at 121.27 down here. It's seeking and has turned the current price into support at this time. It has resistance above at 133.43 and resistance above that at 140.06. Let's have a look at Dogecoin. Doge is currently trading at 24.918. It has support at 23.393, resistance above at 25.735. We can see Bitcoin's fingerprint, the M, the dog leg, the leg up, playing out in Doge, but it does so in a slightly different manner. It's much more compressed. Doge has a degree of structural resistance overhead, which means really strong resistance. It's put in through the structure. Structural resistance is problematic because when it's hit, price backs off to the next level of support. And we saw this pretty well in Doge. If you look back on previous episodes, you'll see this coming up, Doge coming up, hitting structural resistance and backing off to support, not quite holding it, but forming now a very nice degree of support in here. I hope this helps. Let's have a look at XRP's technicals. XRP is currently trading at 62.70, has support below at 59.99, has resistance above at 65.60 and 67.40. We know Bitcoin's fingerprint impacts all alts. We see the M, the dog leg, the leg up. It's very interesting, isn't it? When you understand this, you can trade incredibly well and you can invest really, really well. We can see XRP has this overhead resistance here. So we would anticipate XRP to come up to around the 73.61 mark to hit that structural resistance and then potentially back off. That would be incredibly healthy, and we know price is always moving in a wave, so we don't worry too much about things. It's always good to remember that sharp angles reflect either immediately or over time. Another community favorite is Polkadot. Polkadot is currently trading at 14.67. It has support below at 14.023 and 12.911. It is really seeking to turn the current price into support at the moment. It's coming up against a level of overhead resistance. It needs to make it to the other side. It will probably wobble around a bit, go down a bit, and seek to make its way to 16.441. We know that everything is really largely dependent on Bitcoin's price action. So if Bitcoin tends to rally at this time, and everything points to the fact that it will, if that happens, these levels will get taken out. So the next level we would watch on DOT is this basic structural resistance line at 23.808. Let's have a look at Solana. Solana is currently trading at 30.643. It has support below at 28.567. It's actually being supported by a downward support line, and this is looking quite healthy. If you can see, this upward trend angle of support is very healthy compared with some of the other coins that we've been looking through. Solana has resistance at 31.604 and 32.464. Another community favorite is MATIC, Polygon. Quite a large number of requests come in through the community for this. MATIC is currently trading at 1.10243. It has good structural support at 1.05585 and 1.01203. I was mentioning in last episode that this structural support should support MATIC, and it's done so, which is terrific. We can also see a cut through here. This is a weakening of this downtrend because we've moved over to this side where MATIC is currently trading. MATIC has resistance above at 1.12672 and at 1.18745. Let's turn to Cartisi, CTSI. Cartisi is currently trading at 41.508, has resistance above at 47.087 and support below at 35.551. Cartisi is a really interesting coin. You see these spikes? They're intention spikes. Cartisi wants to fly, it wants to party, it wants to rocket. When it gets above this structural resistance line and Bitcoin repairs, I wouldn't be at all surprised if it very quickly takes out 82 cents. It's going to be one to watch. Let's have a look at Luna, Terra. Luna is currently trading at 5.262. It's basically at support. It has a support at $5. Resistance is at 5.586. Part of my trading process every time is to look through Binance Derivatives to see the 24-hour trading volume, which is 77.25 billion, the 24-hour open interest, which is 5.4 billion, and to check the change in price of the contract in the past 24 hours. I'm particularly looking for green and heavy green over 10%. As we look through here, we're not seeing much. QTUM definitely has over 10. From a look through the other ones, they're definitely, not too much is happening in the market at the moment. Things are fairly subdued. As part of a trading diary, I always like to share this with you, which is all about the 24-hour percent gainers and losers and the 7-day percent gainers and losers. The top 7 are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, Binance Coin, Cardano, DOGE, and XRP, which we've just gone through. The greatest 24-hour percent gainers: Celo, QTUM, Sushi, Decred, One, Rune, and AMP. Let's go the other way. The greatest losses are Leo, Cell, Nexo, Internet Computer, Quant, Kusama, FTT. Let's have a look at the largest gainers 7 days: Celo, Quant, and stablecoins. Let's go the other way. Largest losses: Kusama, Internet Computer, Bake, Near, AMP, Phantom, and Rev. I do these videos to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. I hope you found this content useful. Please say hi and let me know where you're viewing from, and if you have any questions. Our community is very helpful and supportive, and I always do my best to respond to. If you would like twice daily updates 7 days a week on price movements in the crypto market, please subscribe to YouTube and follow me on Twitter. Crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.